I love you. Well, welcome back, potatoes. Come on over and sit here on the couch with us, because we're continuing that speedy and angry playlist that you all know and love.
Speedy and angry. Vroom vroom.
And we're talking The Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. And we brought the thes back. You know, we had replaced them with twos. Now we brought the thes back. And this is still not the episode to go off on it, though.
Do you think that you say the semicolon? Do you say The Fast and the Furious semicolon Tokyo Drift?
No, I think you just give it an annoying pause so that they know it's a subtitle.
Oh, okay. So it's The Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift.
That's right. I was waiting in an anticipation. Anyways, so I am the Green Traveler, by the way. I haven't said that yet, but I'm the Green Traveler. I come from a little planet called Gorsh. It's very far away. The government doesn't want you to know about it.
It's only 5 families.
Yeah, I mean, there's a little more. They've branched off. Well, I mean, I guess technically Erickson and Layla, they're kind of brothers and sisters, so I guess they're still kind of the same family, but they took a different name.
Oh, okay.
So
they're trying to do their own thing.
Yeah, Gorshin, like, family laws are just really weird and complex, but we're the green ones. You know, the green aliens, that's us. We're the Gorshins. We're depicted very poorly in media, and it still pisses me off to this day, but...
I know, man. It's just, they just don't understand. And I mean, You know, you think you invite people into your home, you introduce them to your sex dungeon, and you think that they'd be grateful. I know I sure was. I'm a faceless Leo.
Thank you.
I am an amorphous person. That's the best that I can come up with. Some people argue the person part, but I think that's just plain rude. I mean,
that's fair.
This is
I would say humanoid, but I don't want to be offensive.
Yeah, well, see though, I'm more of a jelly, you know. I just kind of stack myself. I can make myself rigid when I wish. Yeah,
you're like you're like a Clayface from DC Comics a little bit. Yeah.
Actually, I described it that way to somebody.
Good. He's probably based off of you, isn't he? He
came a little bit after me.
I wonder if somebody from the government got into comics and then just started like, oh yeah, I remember Experiment. Almost gave your Experiment number away. Shit,
man. I mean, yeah. So far, I mean, we're telling all the stuff that they gave away in those papers.
They didn't give shit away in those papers.
If you tell them my serial number, then they're gonna be real pissed. Because it's also the combination to the mint.
Fuck, really?
Yeah.
That's not good.
This is a podcast about Vroom movies and Vroom TV.
Those Vroom Vroom sounds. Yeah, we're talking Fast and Furious, and we're talking the weird one.
The weird one, yes.
Yeah, we mentioned the last episode that just like Halloween, when the third one came around, they were like, let's mix it up. Halloween had a good reason. You know, they wanted it to be an anthology series originally. They did the first one. When it ended, they were like, all right, we have to wrap up that story. Let's do a quick sequel. You know, it was too cliffhangery for them. The producers wanted it. So they did a sequel. And then when the third one came around, I think John Carpenter was still producing. I don't think he didn't have anything to do with it director-wise, but you know, he wanted that anthology story that they originally had to continue, so that's why the third one is the way it was. And then when it bombed so fucking hard, they're like, let's go back to Michael. He made money. So that's what they did. The Fast and the Furious, like, I don't know whose fucking decision it was to, like, look at everything they did in the first one, look at everything they did in the second one. They're like, all right, what worked in the first one? Vin Diesel. Yeah, and then he had to do Chronicles of Riddick, so we lost him. But Paul Walker did pretty good, and he brought it back in the second one really well. So what should we do for the third one? Fuck it, new cast. Like, whose decision was this?
I don't know. I feel like they should have been able, at the very least, to get Paul Walker. Like, I feel like
I should have done research into why he didn't come back. I'm sure he was doing some other movie.
I did read after we did the review for Too Fast, Too Furious that Vin Diesel was worried that a sequel would taint the first movie. And honestly, I think we both agreed that the second one honestly felt like a better movie.
Yeah, it did. It had more of a connecting storyline.
I really enjoy something about that first movie. I don't know what it is.
It's just baseless stupidity. And that's nice sometimes, though. But like that's sometimes you need those movies that it's just like, I am at the very least I am a competent film that has fun moments. And yes, I am very stupid, but that's right. Fine. You're here to empty your brain.
It felt like it was trying to say something. I'm not sure what it was, but it was trying to say something. And maybe Vin saw that too. Maybe he knew what it was trying to say. Vin knew what it was trying to say, and he wanted to leave it at that.
He was trying to say it was about family.
It's about family.
He's like, you're messing it up going to Japan and Tokyo.
But I'll be there.
But that's what we're doing. They went to Tokyo Drift, this is 2006, so I think it's a few years after the last one. Like, they got Justin Lin to direct, and even though this is the weird kid, this is the child you put in a corner. Yeah, Tokyo Drift is the black sheep.
I thought you were talking about Lucas Black.
No, sorry. The movie Tokyo Drift is it's the black sheep of the franchise, I would say. And Definitely. Despite that, the director Justin Lin comes back to direct the next 3 movies and F9. He came back for F9 as well. The only ones he didn't direct were 1, 2, 7, and 8. And 8.5, maybe.
I'm going to say it straight up, okay? If this didn't have Fast and Furious on the title, if it was called Tokyo Drift, I wouldn't think it was a bad movie.
Oh, really?
Like, it's not like it's not the worst movie I've ever seen. And if you're especially if you're talking about a fast race car movie, there's some really laughable moments.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say the directing at least is good. The action directing. Let me specify.
Yeah, the race scenes good.
Yeah, the race scenes are great, and I really enjoy all the car work in this. It's a lot of fun, and it's also unlike the first 2. Even though Paul Walker loses some races every now and then, but like this one, you really don't think that Lucas Black's character is gonna win some of these races because he's not doing the greatest. It doesn't seem like he's really connected with his car. When he gets to Tokyo, they're all about drifting, as the title specifies.
Right.
And being a white boy American, he doesn't drift; he just races. So he's got to learn a whole new racing technique, and so it just it throws him for a loop. And so like, watching him in those racing scenes is fun because you can see that Lucas Black, who does a good job during the racing scenes, I'll say, as an actor, you see him feeling like a little anxious about the race, where he's just like, he's still having fun, but there's some moments where he's just like, oh shit, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and I don't know if I'm going to win this. And I mean, you saw that with Paul Walker too, but like, I just want to give props to Lucas Black during those scenes and during the direction of those scenes, because those are fun. Yeah. I see why Justin Lin came back, because he really understands how to capture that racing feel.
Sure,
and that's definitely needed later on.
There was also some fun Hot Wheels in this movie.
Oh yeah.
Especially Bow Wow's car. Twinkie is the character's name. He's got a car that it's a van that looks as if the Incredible Hulk is trying to explode from it.
Yeah.
And it's pretty fun. So there's like big, huge boot prints and fists like punching through the aluminum siding or the body. I don't know.
Good graphics.
Good. Yeah.
On the car.
I mean, I think they actually
decals.
made those molds. Yeah.
Well, that's what. Yeah, I meant to say decals. I graphics as in decal.
Sure.
Whatever, paintwork.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
I don't know cars.
I don't know cars either. We both just proved it. So, if you are a car lover and these are your favorite movies in the world, I'm sorry. We're taking a very critical eye to these movies that we don't really know too much about this actual subject matter. So
I mean, I feel like the critical eye is going to start going away in the next few movies. Like, we're going to, because the filmmakers and the actors themselves start having more fun with this. They stop taking it as seriously. It's still trying to be a movie, obviously. It's still trying to entertain. I feel like from here on out, maybe, spoilers, who knows? I've only seen each movie like once or twice. But with Tokyo Drift, it still seems just so poorly put together in regards to the story of it, like what they were trying to tell.
Yeah.
There's no overall purpose for this film. They're not even trying to have fun. I don't know.
If there is a like moral to the story or point to this movie, it is to be responsible for your own messes. If it's anything, it's that.
I thought it was if you're attracted to a girl who's dating somebody, you get in each other's faces and yell at each other a lot, you and the other guy that is, and you just stare each other down. And then before you both decide to kill each other with like a wrench or something, you say, let's fucking race for her instead, because she's not a person with her own thoughts and feelings and wants to say something about who she wants to be with.
Yeah, it's gross.
We're gonna race.
It's gross. But
I think it happens 3 times in this movie. And twice of them are with the same girl.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about the cheerleader or whatever. She might not have been a cheerleader, but her boyfriend was like the quarterback or something in the very beginning of the movie.
That's how it opens up. He's just having a conversation with a girl where like they're not even flirting. They're just talking like normal human beings. And then he comes up, he's like, hey, why are you talking to my girlfriend, man? And it's just like, oh, here we go. We're fighting now.
You got a trash car, man. That guy's name is Zachary Ty Bryan. I just know that he was in Home Improvement.
Fuck, it was that kid, the older son?
Yeah.
I thought he looked familiar. I just didn't.
The whole time I was watching that opening scene, I was like, that fucking guy. Who the fuck is that guy?
Home Improvement must have happened much earlier than I thought it did.
91 through 99. But he does look like he's a 30-year-old, which is like but I guess he is like early 20s. Because it's only 2006 when this came out, so they probably filmed it 2004 or 5. I thought everybody that was supposed to be a high schooler looked like an adult. I mean, obviously, they probably were, but...
Lucas Black trying to be a high schooler when he's like clearly 28 or 29.
I know. I was like, geez, this guy is supposed to be like 17. Not like 17.
No.
But I don't think we've really done the synopsis of this.
No, I was going to say, though, another mainstay that came from this film was writer Chris Morgan. He did all of the films except for F9. So he didn't do The Fast and the Furious or Too Fast and Too Furious or F9. But he did all of them in between, starting with this one.
Wow.
So like he's also the writer of other films like Cellular and Wanted. I don't remember if you remember the Angelina Jolie film.
Well, I can't say that's a good movie. It's honestly been a long time since I watched it, but I remember first watching it being like, hell yeah.
Yeah, all I remember is Curving Bullets.
And some bullets.
And he also was one of the writers responsible for the Tom Cruise Mummy remake, which I'll let that slide. There was like, I think four other authors involved with that. So
I've never seen it. Can't say.
You've seen the one trailer though with the audio fucked up.
The bad audio.
Oh, I love that. Oh, it's so good. But yeah, the summary for this movie, it's real simple. Lucas Black, he's a bad kid. He's racing all the time. Oh, Shane. What's the name? Sean,
I think.
Sean
Boswell.
Sean Boswell. Lovely character. I mean, he's top 100 best movie characters ever created. He's racing. He causes a lot of property damage. Does some bad shit really early on in the film. And his mom or his dad, whoever his parent is, I can't remember. They're like, well, I can't take care of you anymore. I'm shipping you out to Tokyo. I don't remember why. He goes out to Tokyo.
So he's gotten in trouble so many times that, like, I guess they're like, hey, if you move to a different school, we won't throw him in juvie. But that happened so many times that finally caught up with them. And they're like, hey, listen, unless you want him to go to jail, send him to live with his dad in Tokyo. We know he's out there.
Yeah. Oh, right, his dad's out there. That's right.
Or his mom was like, okay, listen, if nothing else is going to work, he's got a dad in Tokyo. Just don't send my kid to juvie.
I mean, let's be honest. Your kid going to juvie is probably the best thing for his career right now because his life is fucked. He goes to Tokyo. He discovers racing, and he's already discovered racing, but he discovers racing in Tokyo is more drift based. They're all about that drift. Yeah, real fast and drifting around all the corners. It's all about that drift. And
parking garages.
Yeah, so he sets his sights on this lady, I believe played by Natalie Kelly.
Yep, and she plays Neela.
And she is the girlfriend of the Drift King.
I think it's DK.
For Drift King, yeah. But for whatever reason, being Natalie Kelly's character, Luke Black's like, I'm gonna beat him, and I'm gonna become the Drift King. Fuck yeah, male toxic masculinity. And so he gets taken under the umbrella of Han. The first time the Fast and the Furious franchise has seen Han, we questioned whether he was in the first one. I just finished editing that, and we had talked in that, and I was like, was Han in this? I can't remember if Han was in this. Nope, Tokyo Drift is the first film he's in. Here he is, and spoiler alert, he dies.
Don't worry, that doesn't matter.
It's a funny scene in this because they're racing again, and they're racing in the streets of Japan, and well, they're not racing. They're
running for their life, I think.
Yeah, they're running for their lives. That's right. And he gets like T-boned and his car explodes.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty.
It wasn't pretty.
And
that's why you don't have NOS, man.
Yeah, that's why you don't have NOS. And so, okay, I don't think this is a spoiler to say that this movie takes place in between. They've decided, or they've come out and said that it takes place between 6 and 7 of the franchise.
Yeah. It's not a spoiler. At this time period when this came out, this was just a weird offshoot that it's like, I don't know when it takes place. And then Han's in the 4th one, and everybody's like, don't worry about it. And it's like, all right.
Don't worry about it. Just let it be the movie.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. It's not a spoiler, though. It does take place between 6 and 7. And I don't know. I am still all on the team. Does not need to happen when it comes to this film in regards to the franchise.
Right.
And if you take the Fast and the Furious out, I still just don't think it needs to happen. Like, there's nothing gained from this film, really.
No, well, I mean, yeah, if it was, but I'm just saying if it had absolutely no tie to this and this movie came out, people would still be like, yeah, that was a fun movie.
Yeah, but I don't know if it would have been watched. That's the other question.
Well, it definitely got more viewers because of the Fast and the Furious. I would say that, definitely. But, I mean, if it came out as I don't know, a Sundance film or something, people would be like, yeah, it was okay.
I mean, it almost ended the franchise from what I know. Like, I thought I don't think the next one came out for another 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the franchise only exists because of Paul Walker. It was just such a big turn from the rest of it. But honestly, there's stuff I really enjoy about this movie more than the other two. But yeah, the way that they tackle Neela's storyline is so bogus. And there's that scene where she's driving and they're just talking like it's just a normal thing, and just every once in a while she'll turn the wheel. And then she'll turn the wheel again a little bit. And she's talking about her mom. And I swear to God, that was the first time she had an Australian accent. I swear.
I didn't even know she had an accent throughout this whole film.
She started saying just a few things with an accent. And she did live in Australia for a while. The actress did. But I swear, she did not have... She had an American accent up until this scene. And it was just a few words.
Yeah.
About her mom being from Australia and shit.
I didn't notice it, but I also, I mean, I don't have loudspeakers. I kind of have given in to being a deaf old person by now, and just go full subtitles and keep it quiet. But I mean, I keep it loud enough that I can hear it, but yeah, I didn't hear the accent game,
subtle difference. I mean, it was literally just a few words in there. Like she said, kids,
kids.
Yeah, back when we were kids.
And good eye, mate.
I don't think she ever said good day, mate.
Say it with me. Good eye, mate.
Good eye, mate.
Good eye, mate. Rise up lights. That's another one I learned. If you want to say razor blades, you say rise up lights. Rise up lights.
Rise up lights. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Australians. Bad.
Yeah. Sorry about that. And I don't know if she actually has an accent or not. And I'm sorry, Natalie Kelly, that I'm calling you out specifically. I feel like it was probably like somebody else's choice. Like when they filmed the first part of the movie, or she like decided that the character had an American accent for the first part of the movie, and then when she was just naturally talking, they're like, "Hey, we like your accent. You should put it in the movie." And I could see that happening. It definitely felt inconsistent to me.
Yeah, I mean, I was just so not attached to any of the characters. I mean, I feel like the only character I really kind of liked was Twinkie.
I like Twinkie.
I liked Han. I like Han, but like I like Han also more because I know he's in future installments and I've seen him more. So I feel like when I rewatched it, I was more attached to his character for that reason. But Bow Wow was just funny. Like I really just enjoyed his character. Like he was one that I was just like, why can't we focus more on him? Like him and his relationship with Lucas Black was more enjoyable than Lucas Black's relationship with Natalie Kelly, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. But there's got to be a little bit of romance.
Romance is fine, but like, why can't we focus on bromance too?
Yeah.
Bow Wow needed a friend.
Yeah. And it definitely, like every single one of these movies, it definitely seems like it focuses on the white guy, which is like, fuck. Like almost everybody else in all of these movies are not white, like the main focus on characters, but they only make the white guy the protagonist. But hopefully that changes later. I feel like Vin definitely becomes the main character.
Yeah, for rightfully so. He's the one that he carries. He is Vin Diesel.
Yeah, he is Vin Diesel. He's the only one with the shoulders wide enough. Maybe The Rock.
I feel like the focus on the characters starts to spread out more with later films. Like we do start to focus on all of the family rather than just one specific relationship. Cool. Maybe I'm wrong. Again, I haven't watched them in years, but I don't know. Lucas Black's character just isn't the one to focus on in this, in my opinion, because like he's very not likable. He has a charming side to him, but
and he's got some redeeming qualities. Like he does stick up for people,
except for that one kid at the beginning.
Yeah, well, okay, I was just about to bring that up. Like that part when I saw that as a kid, like freaked me out. I was like, they're painting his belly. Is that like super painful or something? And my dad explained like that it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary. Like these bullies just grab this kid and start painting his belly purple in mechanic class. Like the best mechanic class that there ever could fucking be.
They're working at like a legit body shop.
Yeah, right. Anyhow, Sean grabs this big old wrench and walks back there. Then he decides to walk away. I think he was like, all right, maybe it's not worth causing the trouble. But apparently it is over this blonde girl that you just met today.
Right. Yeah, exactly. He goes from like, I'm not going to protect this kid who's getting bullied, even though this would be a greater character moment for our hero that we're going to follow for the entire fucking thing. No, let's have him walk away from that, turn around and be like, oh, wow, she's hot.
Right,
let's fucking race a guy over this.
That was her choice, though.
Later, he does stick up for bullies, but it's not like a developing moment for him. It's just another scene where he's just like, he has the exact same thing where he walks in on something and he's just like, oh, somebody's getting bullied, I'm going to go stop it. And it's like, it's great. Like, finally you did that, but it should either be a developing moment or already established that that's his character.
Right.
and it's neither.
I'm with you. Yeah, so I guess we can move on to closing statements. I do feel like I want to give a little bit of a tip of the hat to Sung Kang, who plays Han as well. There's this sage moment, or whatever you want to call it, between him and Lucas, where he explains his like philosophy on life / why he gave Sean a chance. And I thought that was a really good moment. And I just want to tip my hat to you, sir. So what do you got for a closing statement?
Would you give it a face?
Yeah, I'll give it a face. I enjoyed watching it. Like, honestly, I still enjoyed this one more than I enjoyed the first one.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, there's some really fun stuff they do with the races. I mean, what am I going to say? And then is some ridiculousness to this movie that I think gives it a little bit more enjoyability.
Yeah.
for me compared to the first one. But I think, I don't know, honestly, I might even like it a little bit more than the second one.
Oh, wow.
It's just, there's just a kind of a goofiness to it. It feels a little bit like they were trying to make an anime show.
We'll come back to that in the sixth movie. I'm so excited for that moment. There's a specific moment in the sixth film that is like straight from an anime, and I'm like, oh, I know you guys were trying for this. Like, I'm so happy. I feel like Justin Lin was kind of working that in, because there are hints. Because I agree with you. There are moments in this where it kind of feels like it's a bit anime, and it's like,
right. I mean, and they're in Tokyo, and they are all about that in the culture. So I feel like it might just have felt like a natural fit in the location, but with the gang elements and the races and the big flashy cars and the outfits, even it felt like it was trying to be an anime. In a time where anime, I would say, was less popular in the U.S. It was picking up popularity, but it definitely is way more popular 15 years later now.
Total agreement. This is my least favorite of the franchise so far. And I feel like even without the Fast and Furious tacked on, I still would not like this film. It is goofier, but there's no point of the story. It's just he goes there, he causes rough, and then he's just like, I want to take that guy down and take his place. And it's like, okay, I don't care for this kind of a story. Like, there's no drive. It's not about power. It's just about a title, and like, who cares about this title? It's a street level, not recognized by anybody title. Like, it's weird. I mean, it's recognized by all the racing fans in Tokyo, but just silly. Whereas like with the first one, there is a point. There's he's an undercover cop doing some shit, trying to stop this criminal organization, even though it's dumb as all get out. Yeah. There's at least a story and a drive for the story. And there's this one, I can't.
There, he does.
Yeah,
I can agree that Sean kind of does just fall into this a little bit, but
yeah, he just stumbles head first. Or balls first, really.
Han, gives him a chance really out of nowhere. Basically, Han has near unlimited funds, apparently. Because it's a car. I want to know what he's made out of.
The government in the first film's complaining about a $17,000 waste of money or whatever. He's just like, fuck it. You just wrecked about $100,000 worth of car. Who cares?
It's just a car.
It's just a car. I don't know. I don't like the characters. I don't like the story. I don't like all the fucking the toxic masculinity is even so much worse in this film than it was in the first two, which is just really weird to me because I thought it couldn't get worse than the first two, but they somehow found their way to put their foot right in their mouth. The weakest entry so far for me, and 1.5 stars. I'm really surprised by all the people who came back from this. Justin Lin, Chris Morgan. Sung Tang I get, Han's a lot of fun. And again, I understand why Justin Lin and Chris Morgan come back, because, Justin Lin, very talented director, and he's going to prove himself, especially going forward. But, like, from this first film, I'm just like, wow, like, your other two directors put up competent films. This is also a competent film, but it's just pointless and bleh to me. Like, wow, why?
Sure.
I don't get it.
I will agree that it was not necessary. But honestly, I'm not so sure that the first two were either. So
that's fair. That is totally fair. I mean, I'm in agreement there. We haven't yet to get to a film where I'm just like gripped. As I said, this is still the moment when I was marathoning Fast and Furious years ago, where I'm just like, this is stupid, it's fucking dumb. Why am I doing this? Like texting my brother angrily, like, I'm just doing this to piss you off. Like, yeah. So we're still in that phase right now, where I'm just like, I don't know why you like these films. They're just dumb. You know that's gonna change, everybody. When you come back in the next couple of weeks, you'll hear a happier voice, I'm assuming.
Right. Don't hate us for disliking this movie. Hey, do you think it's possible in editing to put this, like, just smack it right in the middle of what we've been recording? If you want to support us, if you want to support the show, one thing you could do is go to Apple Podcasts, write a review, or rate us. That'd be great, because those ratings help new people come in, and that'd be awesome. Another thing you could do is you could go to patreon.com/greenandfaceless, and you could, give us your hard-earned money if you'd like. And we would like that, but we still do the show for free. That's my strange pitch for Patreon.
What's our lowest tier again? It's like $2 a month. $2 a month. Like, you've been saying that gives you 4 episodes. That technically gives you 8 episodes with the around 8. It depends on the weeks, really.
Oh, you're right. What am I thinking?
Yeah, so
that's
$2 divided by. Yeah, exactly. Good math. Good math.
No, it was bad math. Now it's good math.
Exactly. But on the spot, you went down to a quarter, like, just like that. It's a quarter an episode. Like, we're giving you 2 cents for a quarter. That's probably been used by many people before, but I'm sure I've used it already, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I didn't pull that out of the hat. I've already said that on the episode before in one of our pitches. Go to patreon.com/greenandfaceless, everybody. Check it out. Tell your friends.
Now, where were we?
I think we were wrapping it up. I think that's actually the show.
Okay.
I've been the Green Traveler.
And I have been the Faceless Leon. Let me say that again. You don't have to cut it out. I'll just say it again. The Faceless Leon.
Oh.
Safe travels and good night. Green and Faceless on the Couch is a proud production of Fiction Works 19. If you like the show, please show your support by rating and reviewing us on Apple Podcasts. Like, follow, subscribe, wherever you might listen. We also now have a Patreon account. If you feel so inclined to support us in a financial manner, please become a patron by visiting patreon.com/greenandfaceless. You can also find more information about us on our Facebook account or on the Fiction Works 19 Instagram account. Thank you so much for listening.